Reflection. The principle of reflection can be easily understood with a diagram. The line of light shone on a surface is known as the generating light, whilst the ray that is reflected is a light coming off the surface. The normal is always drawn perpendicular to the surface or at 900. The first line of light shone the surface is also known as the incident ray, whereas the light reflected is known as the reflected ray. According to the law of reflection, it states that the angle of incidence equals the angle of refraction. Refraction. Snell's law is the law of refraction. It states the ratio of the sines of the angles of incidence and refraction. Refraction in the first and second medium, velocity in the first and second medium, and the wavelength in the first and second medium. As you can see, this formula can be written as sine theta I over sine theta r, or n2 over n1, or v1 over v2, or lambda 1 over lambda 2, where n is the refractive index in the first and second medium, and v1 over v2 is the velocity, lambda 1 over lambda 2 being the wavelength, and sine theta I over sine theta r being the angle. When entering a high refractive index medium, the ray of light bends towards the medium. When entering a less refractive index medium, the ray of light bends away from the normal. The critical angle in the angle of refraction is 90. Diffraction. Diffraction is the light that passes through a gap. Depending on the wideness of the gap, it can determine the curvature of the light that passes through. A very narrow gap has a wide curvature when it passes through, whereas a wider gap has less curvature when light passes through. Superposition. The principle of superpositioning involves adding the wave displacements of both waves into forming a transverse wave. The transverse wave is a wave that is the combination of both waves that are emitted, therefore it will have a new amplitude and a wavelength.